Fly me. I told you I'll be right back. This right here is my review on Stargirl season 3, episode 3. No, yeah, season 3, episode 3. I want to make sure, yeah, season 3, episode 3. Good, solid episode. We gotta talk about the action sequence, man. What leads up to it, though. I'll talk about what leads up to it to get the action sequence. So, Stargirl, Cindy, I mean, not Cindy, but Cindy, along with the rest of the gang, and all along Cindy, Stargirl, along with the rest of them, they all feel like Courtney. I keep on forgetting her name. Courtney, Cindy, Bev, Rick. They all come up with the idea. They wonder maybe the Crocs had something to do with Sportsmaster and Tigers. Maybe they had something to do. The Crocs had something to do with why maybe they killed the gambler because they had an issue. They had motive with gambler because the gambler he was blackmailing them and they were paying him off for some of the stuff and the crimes they committed. So they pretty much thought like oh, okay, yeah, maybe they have intention. Maybe they're the reason for it. Maybe they did something to it and all everything like that. Maybe they're responsible for it. I don't like I said, I didn't believe so at first that they what I'm saying, they had motive to do it because I know how they talk like, oh, the way they made it seem they wouldn't have done it like that, wouldn't have been that sloppy. So they made it, but they were pushing the envelope. Made it sound like they did it. They had a motive and everything like that when they were talking about what they done and stuff like that at the end. But of course, at the end of the last episode, episode 2, but we found out, of course, it wasn't that. It was something different. So that's not what went on. So we trying to so they're trying not we but like the team's trying to figure out who it is and everything like that. Courtney doesn't know for sure, but she tells everybody, "Hey, hold on for a second before y'all do anything, because I don't know for sure if she did it or anything like that." So, she tells them to hold off for a minute, so the team figures out. But Cindy's very, adamant about, oh, yeah, maybe he did it, may have something to do with it, which is kind of interesting because I thought her and Artemis were friends and everything like that. So, because they were in the ISA together, so I didn't. I'm still kind of mind boggled about that. Like, why would she go so hard with taking down the Crocs and everything like that, knowing her and Artemis were very good friends? But I guess relationship is maybe different now. They're not cool at all anymore. Than like Cindy, I guess she's trying to turn on a new leaf. She really wants to be part of JSA real bad and everything. Now, before I get to that about the fight sequence that happened, side note character also is with Cameron. Cameron dealing with a lot. I forgot to talk about him in my last video, but he dealing a lot with being icicle. His powers are finally starting to come. He's having a problem with Peyton and everything like that. And him and the teacher have a conversation with each other. And like he says something rude to her and all that, and Rick comes in. Rick comes in and tell her, hey, don't be talking to her like that. Just because you're sport and rich don't mean you can just talk to people any kind of way and all and everything like that. And all, and the teacher tells him to calm down. You don't need to, do all that and everything. So it's setting up with Cameron, Icicle Jr. being that villain. And looks like we might, be interesting to get a showdown. It'll be interesting between our man and Icicle. That would be a very interesting showdown. And so that's what we're getting with that. We're getting Easter eggs and hints of that. So that was a very interesting showdown between those two as well and everything. But the dynamic is Cameron does like Courtney. He generally does have feelings and does like Courtney a whole lot. He's not. I'm obsessed in a good way, not obsessed like crazy wise, like he's not stalking her, but obsessed with her in a good way. He really loves this woman. I mean, this girl. He really does love this girl like that. So, that's gonna be the dynamic interesting about it, because even when they hold hands together in the later on scene, he tells her to step away and all that, because he doesn't want to tell her and knows about how his powers are, so he steps away from holding her hand and everything like that. And Courtney knows. Courtney suspects. Is also we see in next episode. She does suspect and knows like about his powers and everything like that. So an interesting dynamic to see what happens at the end of this season, see how their relationship turns out, what goes on between them two, and what's gonna happen. So, like I said, very, very, like I said, solid episode. We're getting the origin story of Cameron as Icicle, see what goes on with him. Like I said, I do like the dynamic of him and Courtney being together. Maybe he might. I feel like he'll start off evil in the beginning and everything like that, and then I think he'll eventually turn good. I feel like he'll start off evil this season, and everything like that, and then I think towards next season, during the end of next season, he'll turn back good and all. He'll start off evil at the end of this and during this part, at the end of this season, and everything like that. And by next season, I believe he'll turn back good. So I feel that's where we're going with Icicle, kind of like with a couple other characters from the DC. They start off as villains. A couple other characters that start off as villains, then to turn around, they end up becoming good and all that. So I believe that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna go on in this season with Cameron as Icicle. So I like I said, I did like that showdown with him and Rick and what leads up to what's gonna happen between those two. So Very, very interesting. So now let's get to this. So Sin decides she takes her own initiative and tells Sylvester like, hey, aka Starman, saying, hey, I think that I believe the Crocs are responsible for killing the Gamma. Maybe it has something to do with it. And like I said, Starman Sylvester, he already has a motive against the Crocs or anybody in the ISA. So when she tells him that, she put the battery in his back and just tells him, hey, like, hey, yeah, go get them and all and everything like that. Big mistake and all that, cause Starman, he comes there causing wreck and havoc at the grocery store. It one of the best action sequences of so far this season of Stargirl. I don't think it's a big action sequence ever in the Stargirl TV show, but definitely like one of the best so far this season from what we've seen. This early part of this season, what we've seen. With this action sequence right here, like this was too dope with them two of them three all fighting with each other. Sportsmaster and Starman going at it along with Tigers and Wells, like, Starman just trying to light their behinds up and go crazy and all that. But, we're not gonna get into the whole, long story short about the whole fight scene. If you haven't seen it, just check it out on YouTube and all. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching my video, you definitely have already seen this episode, but definitely go on YouTube and watch it again because I had to. That whole act sequence was pretty dope. That fighting choreography between those three was awesome. That's one thing I like about Stargirl. The fight choreography is dope. Kind of reminds the early parts of Arrow, how good Arrow was in their fight choreography. Everybody's been a fan of Arrow like I am. Like, them fight choreography moves on Arrow are definitely pretty dope. So, like I said, long story short, Pat comes in, tells Starman, hey, chill out, pretty much, let this go and all that. And they talked to the Cross, and the Cross said, no, we had no ulterior motive. We just wanted why the gambler stopped blackmailing us, why we had to stop paying him. And we went to go pay him a visit, but when we did, it was kind of when they did go pay him a visit, like we saw in last episode, when Sportsmaster did go pay him a visit, he saw that, like, okay, the gambler had good intentions, it wasn't nothing, no bad blood. And then, once again, they just found, like everyone else, like, he died and everything. So they proved they're innocent and all that. And Tigress and Barbara, they're actually starting to have, a very, very good, close relationship. She's really helping develop her to become a good character and everything like that. Because pretty much for the most part, I believe Sportsmakers Tigers really do like Barbara and Pat. They really have a soft spot for them. I think they generally do like them a lot. So I believe there's really no bad blood. Now, Artemis and Courtney, their relationship, of course, is different, everything like that. But, you know, for sure, like, her parents will definitely have love for Courtney's mom and dad. So they generally do like them and everything like that and all. He always, Sportsman has always said, even if they were fighting against each other, he always has said, he really got along real well with Pat. So they generally do like them and all that. So Barbara's really helping develop Tigers, really helping Tigers develop her character to become a better person and all that. Being a regular working person, having a job and everything, a career and all that. So she even sticks her neck out for Barbara when her boss keeps on messing with her and sneaks up on her and tells and threatens her and tells her boss, "Hey, you better leave her alone, stop messing with her," and all that. So so I like the Crocs. They're definitely much one of my favorite characters on the show. I do like the Crocs along with Artemis as well. So you know, like I said, like I like that's one thing I like about Stargirl. For sure, a lot of the characters are very very relatable and very very lovable. So like I enjoy their characters, both of the characters a lot. So now with Starman, Pat tells Starman they finally have a showdown because Pat tells Starman stop playing me to the left, trying to say, "Hey, I'm just a sidekick and all that. I'm not just your sidekick. I'm not your dude, boy. I'm your friend. I'm here to tell you, hey, you got to calm down with all this. You need to do what you need to do. Everything's fine." Because main thing about this too, Sylvester's trying to find himself a job in the real world, be other than Starman, trying to be himself. Because like, what are you without the staff? What kind of reminds me what they talk about when Iron Man talks to Spider-Man. He tells Peter, "Who are you without the suit? If you're not nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve the suit." So that's how deep it is with Sylvester. He's like, who are you without Starman? What kind of person are you without that suit? So that's why it's like, he's trying to like, figure out for himself. And Pat tells him a story of Courtney where he thought like you were her idol, you were her hero. She even thought you were her father and everything like that. Because the same day that JSA died, like her father had left her and all that. He tells her the story. Long story short, everybody saw season 2 when she comes back and her father comes back and he just comes because he wants a bracelet for money. I mean, a necklace it was just for money and all that. Pretty much show he didn't give a crap about her like that, about his daughter, about her and everything like that and all that. Which of course what Klepto plays on a lot, as we saw last season. He played on that a lot with Courtney's emotions and everything like that about her father not wanting her and everything like that. So for the most part, like, he's just telling her, like, man, like, you should, definitely, straighten up because do it for her, set a good example for her because you're her hero. She looks up to you, like, and I like she, like I said, she skipped school just to hang out with him and all that. So you most definitely, man, need to set, better example for her for the most part. Everything. Stop wilding out. Stop doing. She needs to stop, doing all this, trying to come after people. Find clues first before you attack or do anything like that. So you find out who really is responsible for killing the gambler and everything. So he definitely decides to, change his ways and finds clues and everything like that. He ends up leaving all that and everything like that. But big, big, big mistake. He goes back to the where Gambler was hurt at, where his trailer was at, and Sylvester gets picked up and just beat down, beat the crowd up. Look like he just out of it when he comes back down from the sky and everything like that. Everybody thinking maybe he's dead, maybe he's not. I don't believe he did. I don't believe they'll just kill him off like that. I do not think he's dead. I believe he's still around. He ain't dead, nothing like that. We, you know what I'm saying, just to psych us out. But I don't believe he's dead or anything like that. Because pretty much the end of the episode, see what everybody's doing. Cindy's still on that laptop trying to find information on Gambler's laptop, who it is, what's going on. And we see Mr. Bones playing in the background, chilling as usual, just chilling as usual, looking, playing the opposite, trying, saying, see what's going on, everything like that. I don't believe it was him, of course, that did. I know somebody, I forgot that person was, that left me out, that said something in the comments about who they think it is that might be responsible for killing the gambler and just who responsible might be taking out Sylvester like this. But like we see, Sylvester go step his nose and all everything by himself, which he shouldn't have done. And of course, of going along by himself and all that, and gets like beat down, beat the living crap out of him and all that for doing it. So also as well, we see like Pat, like he's getting himself a new suit, making himself a new suit and all that, everything like that, and also as well, Mike looking and proud, honoring, looking at him and all that. Because also Mike, he played the background a lot this episode. He even wanted to told Courtney about, hey, Starman with the ghost, Sylvester go see about the Crocs and everything like that, the grocery store and all that. So he played a lot in the background this episode, Mike, for the most part. But also Mike seeing his dad, like seeing his dad happy, and by he's like I say he's like seeing his dad happy also, and seeing like he's building him a suit and all that and everything. So like I said, very very solid, good episode. Like I said, I like Stargirl a lot. I'm always entertained by this show so much. One of my favorite shows on television right now. For the most part, yeah, it is. Yeah, next to Raising Kanan, probably definitely another show. Of course, I always talk about, do my reviews on. Definitely my favorite show right now, Stargirl and Raising Kanan. So I enjoy this show a whole lot, So this episode, another good, solid episode. If you like the content, please don't hesitate to hit the like and subscribe button. This is Slide Media. Like I said, stay tuned when I do my review on She-Hulk. In next coming days, I will do a review on that. And also, I will do my review on Raising Cain like I always do when it comes out. So check me out for my review on that. So this is Slide Media. Y'all have a good night. Be safe with you. I'm out.